Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Checking in. Today we talking about a black child being whipped at a Colorado festivity called Territory Days. So, first I want to say to all y'all that's acknowledging this day, who know your South Carolina freed slave population history, I'm going to give you a salutation on this Decoration Day, just so y'all know, if y'all know y'all South Carolina history. But, quick discussion about these white supremacists out there in Colorado having something called Territory Days. It's like a punk ass commemoration of some, this bullshit. When I researched it, it's basically a weekend that they have out there on Memorial Day weekend, Colorado City, in this Colorado City community, which I guess they call it Old Colorado City for the effect of the event that they're having. But basically, these people get out and they get together and they try to commemorate white supremacist society moving their way westward, commemorating the Old West, as they call it. If you know the history of Manifest Destiny and that kind of whole lie that white supremacist society is supposed to be divinely designated by God to move westward. Like God give a fuck about white people's savage westward movement on the map, on the earth somewhere, right? But it's supposed to be commemorating the Old West, as they call it. And they were out there whipping a black girl, a black child, at this event. I found this on Tariq Nasheed's Twitter. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. And I was going to play it for y'all, but damn, I don't know what the fuck happened. Tariq took it down. He had it up there for a minute, but he took it down. Let me get back to his Twitter real quick. So this is what the scene looked like. It was a black girl. You see the little black girl. And you see the old white man holding a bullwhip, whipping the child. What y'all don't see is him actually swinging it on her. He swings it on her. All right? And Tariq took it down. I don't know why. I don't know why. But, all right. Going through the various comments and the responses to this shit, let me pull this up. The responses, a lot of eye bucking going on in the comments from black people. I'm going to say that. A lot of, we ain't know white supremacist society was going to do it like this type shit. A lot of motherfuckers seem surprised, disappointed, so forth and so on. I'm triggered. What the fuck? SMH. A lot of buck eyeball activity going on. We just flipping through. See, a lot of eye bucking motherfuckers in response. A lot of eye bucking as a response. We got a few white supremacists in the comments talking about it's just fun, it's just festivities. That type of shit. That's enough of that shit, man. I don't want to see that fucking shit no more. Enough of that fuck ass shit, man. So, nobody was doing research really on, who this is. This white dude holding this motherfucking whipping this child. I was like, all right, man, nobody want to find out where the motherfucker live at. You know what I mean? What's up? Where his ass at? This is how I think, right? But everybody just SMHing while I'm trying to find out where he live at. You see how we wired differently on my channel. I'm trying to find out where he breathe and sleep. You understand? I'm a little different. Motherfuckers swear they so tough, so hard, but don't nobody do no tough, hard shit when the shit really called for it. I be wondering what the fuck be wrong with people. But okay. So your boy P.I. had to step up, right? I went and found some dirt on the guy. He's been there before. He's known as the Whipper at this event. So let me pull up some whipper footage real quick for y'all. Hold on one second while I manage this for y'all. She's called the fucking whipper, right? He's like known for doing this shit, okay? We play a little bit of his shtick out there in that bitch. So y'all can kind of feel the funk, feel the flavor of what the fuck he think he kicking out there. He's the guy in the white shirt. The motherfucker in the white shirt. This is this guy. You see this lady here in this dress? The lady here in the dress with the the lady that's standing next to him with the black bottom dress on, that's the same lady that's in this snapshot. If y'all can see it, let me show y'all the snapshot real quick. She's the same lady that's in this snapshot. Y'all see in that far, I guess for y'all it would be the far right corner. The far right corner, that lady underneath the shade, that red shade on top of her. That's the same lady that's been coming there year after year that we see in this. She's the same lady, got on the same dress and everything. You see what I'm saying? So they've been coming out there doing this bullshit. But let me play this shit so y'all can see what he think he doing and why he think he doing it. Hope it ain't too loud, but oh well.
And we have also here the whipper.
That's right.
Okay.
And I'll be doing bullwhip demonstrations in the park with the help of Whippy Goldmine. Would you like a demonstration?
Sure, let's give this a try, guys. We haven't tried it out yet. Am I okay to stand right here?
Sure.
Okay.
If you stand there and just hold still.
She got out the way.
Okay.
She crazy.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, oh.
You see what I'm saying?
All right, guys. Well,
That is a demonstration.
that's just a preview of some of the fun
She
you're
don't
gonna
even want
expect
no
out
more.
here.
That's a grown adult white bitch. She don't even want no more of the bullshit. She like, what the fuck? You understand? She don't even want no more. So, I want y'all to see that. I want y'all to see that and hear that. Hear that for real, right? So, look. What he was doing was whipping a black child this year. That's what he did this year. And I don't like that shit. You having too much motherfucking fun. And the child, if y'all look at this shit, the kid looks so unaware of the historical mechanics of that shit. And obviously, her parents are some fucking coons or they're either some white supremacist motherfuckers that adopted her or some shit to have her up there in that position. Period. Is what I'm going to say. Right? And this just goes to show you, people want to act like that western part of the U.S. is so black friendly, so liberal, which is a cuss word on my damn platform. We ain't falling for that fluff ass shit. It's just another term for laid back, chill white supremacists. It's white supremacy, goddammit. But look at the imagery that they're trying to create for our children. That's all I'm saying. Look at that shit. It's versus them reenacting our children getting whipped like some slaves, which did happen. Then it's them emulating our children getting hung or hanged at a public event, which they did do to our children. Right? See what they're doing in public. Then they'll be emulating our kids getting burnt at the stake in public, molested on a plantation. All this is shit that they did. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to have our children normalizing that kind of programming unless right beside it, we respond and we normalize to them. Okay, now let's go out and hang a white person in public and call it fun. And call it a fun family event. You see what I'm saying? Now let's go out and whip a white person and call it fun family shit. Go find a white child and burn them at the stake and call it fun. Like the white supremacists and Tariq's comments were doing. You understand? This is what we need to be programmed to be on, man. We can't be sitting up SMHing all day. Nah, motherfucker. All right, now let's do it. We're going to do it back. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers ain't slick, man. Colorado has a very anti-black history, just like every square inch of this motherfucking country, since we're talking about Colorado. Y'all look up the Peter, the brother name? No, not Peter, Porter. Porter Preston. I think he was a junior. Porter Preston Jr., I think. Look up his story. He was a young man falsely accused of killing a white girl out there in Denver, I believe. Yeah, Denver. They burned him at the stake, hung him. I believe it was out there in Denver, like in 1900. Y'all know the movie Black Klansman. Black Klansman, that was based on the real life story of a brother named Ron Stallworth who was infiltrating the Colorado KKK, all right? The motherfucking KKK, okay? Let me, matter of fact, while I'm talking these facts and points, let me pull up a picture of the Colorado KKK so we can set the mood in this fuck. Set the mood in this bitch right fast. There we go. That's the faggot ass Colorado KKK. Motherfuckers that need to be killed. There they go, right there. You understand? The Colorado KKK. Motherfuckers, they ran the Denver governor's office. They was in the governor's office for all them years, for a bunch of years. And the state legislators, a bunch of years. During the early 20s, into the 30s. The Denver mayor, he won office because he joined the motherfucking Klan back in the day, back in the 20s, early 20s. He was mayor for about a damn decade. The Denver police chief out there was Klansman. All these anti-black motherfuckers. Understand? This is why we hollering reparations. Y'all need to open up that damn pocketbook out there in Colorado. This is what we talking about. Anti-black policies being put in place, ran by anti-black operations and motherfuckers that are holding an anti-black hand over the whole goddamn city type shit, over various places and parcels throughout the fucking state. They had all these anti-black laws in Colorado. Under Colorado law, there was a time, black folk couldn't own homesteads. The big thing about territory and about populating the West in America was about homesteading, settling, and having acres of land to your name, mining property, shit like that. Black folk couldn't own mining property. We couldn't own homesteads. That's another reason we need reparations coming out of Colorado citizens' pockets. Y'all know what's up. We got a beam on y'all motherfucking ass. So there's a lot of racist white supremacist history going on out in Colorado, man. They got attached to the U.S., Colorado. They got attached to the U.S. by way of that Hidalgo-Guadalupe Treaty in 1848. For those of you who watched my video on the ethno-state that being a coward motherfucker made, I forgot what I named it, the white ethno-state that being a coward motherfucker made, that annexing of that area, all those territories that these white supremacists have actively designated as areas that they want to make into a white ethno-state in America. That's Colorado. That's Colorado territory. If y'all watch that video, you understand all those areas that got attached to the U.S. by way of that treaty, like Colorado, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, California. Those places got tacked on to the U.S. by way of that agreement, and all these white supremacist ethno-state maps all over social media, all on Reddit, all on 4chan, all on 8chan. They're showing this area in America as sort of like the apex. You understand? It's like the goddamn top ultimate geography that these white supremacist figures and white supremacist society is framing up as some kind of region-sized white enclave. You know what I mean? It's like the 21st century white enclave, this whole area. We can't sleep on the current coming out of this area. That's my point. We just saw these Latino gangs out there in Long Beach a few days ago beating up on black civilians. They gradually getting handled now, but you got niggas caving for Latino pussy. If in your state you got the shit going on right now that we just saw with our little young sister out there, that little blip that I put up, and if we can find that video, I will repost it so y'all can see it. But if in your state you got this type of shit going on, these shits like little children, black children getting whipped in public events, and you caving for Latin pussy, you chasing Latin dick, you don't got no right to Latino pussy. You don't got no right to Latin dick. None of it. If this type of shit going on, you understand? You got a bigger problem on your motherfucking hands. You got a bigger problem frothing up on your hands and on our hands. We got a bigger thing at play. Because what this leads to is normalization of black re-traumatization. That's why I don't go out of my way to, post certain shit and, without a pointed narrative to things. I don't go out of my way to post certain shit. I really have pointed reasons for doing every video I make. But understand, this type of stuff is to play on the esteem of black society. I say this all the fucking time. These groups, they want to have us in check. And around the clock, 24/7, they working at constantly trying to chip away at our self-esteem. What better way than to show some slavery shit all the fucking time? Show some children getting whipped, black children being whipped. What better way than to feed our melanin this kind of crap? Because we intake it on a photonic level more than any being on earth. So they use that. They use our melanin against us. They use our constant absorption process that we do. Even the smallest, most hateful nuances of a situation, like this type of shit. They use that shit against us in hopes that we will take on the lower vibration of it. And we'll be on some head hanging down, low self-esteem shit. We already got issues with, black children, kind of seeing imageries of hanging themselves. We had a couple of cases that we saw last year where some black kids hung themselves type of shit. Where do a kid get that type of imagery from? If not from white society putting it in their fucking face, right? So that's what I say. On my motherfucking channel, man, we all about running it back. Run it back. I advocate doing whatever they do to us, back to them. I advocate us being violent with them. I advocate us doing all that shit to them back. I advocate us doing the intel on them, finding out where they live, finding out where their figures and faces of account in society live at, all that type of shit, where they mama live at, where their children go to school at, where their children get their school uniforms at for purposes of boycotts and shit like that. Look, I'm all about that, so we can always be able to sew up shit in response to what they fucking doing out here. And in that vein, goddamn it, next time we have a Universoul circus, goddamn, we need to take the time, since they thinking this is all fun and this is supposed to be family fun type shit, we need to take the time at the next Universoul circus or whatever traveling black entertainment sort of frivolity going on. We need to have it where we take the time, have our vendor come out and do a gas chamber reenactment. We do a gas chamber reenactment with white children in it and call it fun, call it family fun. We do a gas chamber reenactment at the Universoul circus. We take time and do the goddamn cave reenactment, show the white women eating their children and eating their toddlers for survival in the caves. All right, and we'll call it fun and games, since that's what they do. We gotta even the motherfucking playing field. We gotta even the narrative play that's going on. I mean, don't just post the shit and say, oh, look at this, I'm mad. Motherfuck that. Even the bets. Bet it back. Like I say, when they come saying, hey, if they come saying this shit is bad or whatever the fuck, we gonna say, motherfucker, it's family fun, bitch. And tell them to die and get the fuck out of our face. But, like I said, we gotta be wise to the imagery that they're creating for our children. And whoever the fuck that was holding the camera, there was somebody holding the camera, they was just like, I'm in shock. They put the caption on it, I'm shocked, or I'm whatever. Look, whoever that motherfucker, whoever the fuck you are that was just sitting around holding that camera, you should have ran up in that motherfucker's little display area, ran up to where he was before he even drew his fucking arm back to flip the whip and knocked his old ass out. He a fat old white dude. You can knock his ass out quick. He can get knocked out fast. He'll probably die. You know what I'm saying? This is what we looking for. We want him to get knocked out and die for doing some shit like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying on my channel. I don't even pretend like I'm saying something else. When have I ever not, you know what I mean? All right. So, with that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, man. Don't forget to check out that Teespring. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping everything, all that shit in tow. Y'all have a good rest of your decoration day. If you know your South Carolina history, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh yeah, let me go on and put up another. I gotta do my split screen. I want to do it just for the facts. It's one of them days where we gotta show it. Yeah. Let me get it, y'all.